Alright guys, so in the last section we are talking about the migrations and the models. But I did not show you how to create the migrations. Maybe you can be asking yourself, or you may be asking yourself that in the migration we just have maybe users migration. And what about, for example, we want to create our own migrations, or our own tables. What are we going to do? And then here you only have the user model. What if we want to create our own models? So that is what I'm going to show you in this section. And I'm going to show you how to create migrations, models, and controllers. Okay, so on the terminal, I have the terminal here. I have opened the terminal in the folder that has the application, and for us to create models, we can use one PHP. We can use one command to create the models and the migrations ones. So for example, just do so if you are completely new to Laravel, there is this command called PHP artisan make and then model. So the model will put the name of the model and should be in singular, okay, and capital as for example product. So I'll do product. And then if I want to create together with migration, I'll do -m. So this is going to create it's going to create a model with the name of product and then with that migration of that model. Okay, let me go back and show you. As you can see, we have only three migrations. We have only 3 migrations here. 1, 2, 3, as you can see. And then inside here, inside app, we have only this user. We have only this one model. So I want you to be careful. As I hit enter, you'll see those files created. So let's do it. So as you can see, it's saying model created successfully, okay, and down here it's saying created migration 2019, okay, 1205, and we have that, and then create products table. As you can see, we did product, but it did create products table, okay. So let's go back to the text editor, and we have this here. Look, we have this here. We have this migration here. We did not create, but that through that command we have created it. It was not there initially. And then if you look at the models, you can see product model. Okay, so let's create another migration. Okay, we can create another model. You can create another model. Let's just create products model, and not products, categories model. So we are going to do again PHP artisan make model category, and then I want it to get together with the migration. And if I hit enter, it's going to create that model and its migration. So let's have a look. So as you can see, I have the category here, we do not have it, and we have the model here. Alright, so that is how we create the models and migrations. What about the controllers? So the controllers, they usually found, let me collapse everything. The controllers are usually found the app and then HTTP folder and then here. So we have only this controller, and now I want to create a controller, and be careful, you see the controller here. I want to create the product and the categories controller. So let's do it. Right. Okay, so here I'm going to do, let me first clear, and after that I'm going to do PHP artisan make, this time is controller, followed by the name of the controller. So that name of the controller, I want to do it, to name it. I want to test this, so I want just do test controller. There's something I want to show you. And just hit enter, just like that. Let me hit enter, and as you can see, it's saying controller created successfully. So let's go back to our file, and then as you can see, we have the test controller here, and it has only one, has only class test controller without any method that is inside that controller. So this is basically a controller, like it is like a class or a function where now you write your logic. Okay, so if maybe we were to write begin writing function, we'll just do a public, maybe public function, then you call it maybe index. Okay, like that. And then we can maybe write here the functionality. That is how usually what happens. And then the index, it will be having specific functionality. Okay, but now this has only one method, so we'll have to create all those methods that are required. So how do you automate more about this? So there is a way of creating controllers. So there is a way of creating controllers where it gives us all the required classes, all the required functions of handling the database. For example, we have the index, we have the deleting function, we have the edit, all those functions, the store function. It gives us all those functions. So I want to use that to create now our categories controller, and now we'll go to the terminal and then do it. So it will be PHP artisan make controller, the name of the controller. As you can see, I'm using singular letter and then the capital category controller. And then for me to make that controller, usually called a resource controller, I'll do like this, resource, or I can just do that way. So let me first show you resource like that and hit enter. It is going to create a resource controller. So it has created it. So let's go and see how a resource controller looks like. And this is our category controller. And as you can see, we have all these functions. We have the index function, we have the create function, we have the store function, we have the show function, edit function, update function, destroy function. So that is basically what a resource controller is. As all these functions written. So our work is only to set up, our work is only to write the code which has been set up for us. So let's do another one which is product. Let's do another one which is a product controller. So go back there and do a product controller. So let's do product. Then let me use -r to also create that. And there you go, controller created successfully. So let's go back and check. So we did not have this product controller, but has been created, and it is a resource controller. Okay, so that is how controllers are created. Controllers, models, and migrations are created. So I know that most of the people taking this course are not beginners, but then I'm doing this for the sake of the people who are beginners, so that they may maybe catch up with the project that I'm going to begin. Okay, so what are controllers? So controllers is the logic of application. So for example, in our to demonstrate what controller does, for example, in our route, let me go to the routes. Let me just collapse everything and go to the resources, views. Okay, you have this about, you have this welcome. Let's go to our routes here, and you have the web route. So to do what the controller does, instead of writing this function here, I'll just cut it like that. And instead of doing that, I'm just going to do product controller at index. So I'm saying that if somebody like telling the browser that if somebody visits this route here, it should redirect him to, you should take that whatever that the logic about that should be handled by the index function in the product controller. So let's save that and go to the product controller. And now here I can just return. So if somebody visits, I will just return welcome. And it's going to, but now instead of that, I'm just going to return okay, about. I'm going to return view about. So it's not going to load up, it's not going to load the contents of welcome view. It's not going to load the contents of welcome. Where is it? Of welcome.php, but about.php. So let's go to the here and refresh. So let's just remove that and hit enter. And as you can see, it returns this about, but it doesn't return that, and that is because of this logic. It is returning this. So that is how controllers work. Okay, they use information from the route and load different files depending on the requirements of that route, or from, and then you're writing the functionality that are used in validating models or data and then before storing in database. Thank you.